In this video, we will share the work we are doing at UQ Fire on risk assessments and overcoming the current issues with them. All operations handling combustible, flammable, or toxic substances have associated risks, such as fires, explosions, and dispersions. This applies to chemical operations and also to buildings where we can have fires such as the recent ones in Dubai and in London. These risks can lead to major loss, which is meant to be prevented with a large set of efforts, such as risk assessments. Unfortunately, these efforts do not seem to be good enough. To understand how risk assessments can deliver better results and higher safety levels, we need to think of the definition of risk. As defined by the Kaplan triplet, risk can be defined as a causal relationship between an action and the consequences it produces. The presented approach shows different safety barriers as layers stopping hazardous flows. For example, proper leadership should work as a stopping barrier for a worker deciding to engage in a hazardous behavior that might lead to an accident. However, these barriers are not perfect. The Swiss cheese model represents the causal approach and the barrier's weaknesses. The weaknesses can be too many and unknown. Estimating these probabilities is very hard and can introduce unmanageable uncertainty to a risk assessment. These charts show the proportion of scenarios missed by process hazard analysis after reviewing accidents in different operations, including 7 process plants, a liquid chlorine plant, and a pulp plant. This uncertainty is also found in the results of quantitative risk assessments. When these have been performed by different teams for the same process plant, the results scatter can reach up to 3 orders of magnitude. This could be enough to suspend an operating license. In order to deal with this uncertainty, a broader approach to risk is required. This approach defines risk as uncertainty of events happening and their consequences on something we value. This is an uncertainty-centered approach and makes fire safety engineers at UQ Fire consider the maximum damage that our systems can resist. On the left, we have a typical event tree analysis for a given hazardous event, in which a scenario with significant consequences was missed by the team. This is undesirable, but part of the nature of this technique. This is why we are working on a different approach, working back from the maximum consequences that are meant to be avoided, all the way until reaching a given hazardous event. Given the infinite number of paths that might lead to these consequences, we don't focus on specific events, but only the system's behavior that would allow reaching these maximum consequences. We expect this to present highly effective safety opportunities. Through our work, we are redefining risk assessments in order to deliver higher safety levels and lower uncertainty. Please contact us if you would like to know more.